Oh, hey, beautiful girl. Welcome to Mango Tea. Before you say anything, I know it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded or posted any videos or updates or anything, and that is what today's video is for, you guys. I have been meaning to make this video for a really long time to let you know why I left YouTube drama, what was happening with me with my health, physically and my mental health, and there's just been so much going on over the last couple months that I really felt like I needed to sit down, make a video before going back to, a regular posting schedule or uploading here on Mango Tea. I really wanted to sit down with you guys and have a discussion and let you know what's been going on, because honestly, to be sitting here right now filming this video for you is a huge step for me, and I'm going to explain why. Now, I don't know if I want to start with my mental health or my physical health, but I guess the physical health kind of ties into what's been going on with my mental health, and it all relates to YouTube drama, guys. I am going to explain everything to you, but basically what was happening it happened over Thanksgiving time, but I would say even before then, I was having like really bad pain problems in my lower back, specifically more like around like where my tailbone is. And it's kind of a weird area to have like excruciating pain. So I knew something was wrong, but a few months before that, in June, I was in a bad car accident in Las Vegas. So I was figuring that my back pain that I was experiencing was as a result of the car accident that I was in. But it was just really weird because I was hit from behind, and there was also an impact in the front of our car because someone hit Jeff and I when we were in Las Vegas. But to have pain in your tailbone, it just seemed like really weird. And of course, with the nation's problems with chronic pain and other things that are going on, because it was very long lasting, people want to say like, oh, it's in your head, or you're looking for medicine, or any of that sort of stuff. Like, not directly to me, but that's just like the general consensus. Like when you go to a doctor and say, hey, I'm having back pain, they think, oh, maybe he's like seeking to get like some pills or something like that, which wasn't the case. I was really trying to like explain, like, no, like this is like really serious. Like I've never had pain in this area. Like something really serious is like going on with my tailbone area. So I started getting like MRIs and stuff like that, but they were only doing my lumbar spine. They weren't going low enough to actually look at the tailbone. So when they actually did the MRI with contrast of my like sacral spine area, they were like, oh my God, like you have like a huge tumor on your tailbone. And basically, if you don't go and have the operation to remove this tumor, then you are going to lose the ability to walk, because it's going to continue to grow. And as it's growing, because it was significantly growing, as it continues to grow, you're not going to be able to walk. You're not going to have bladder function, which obviously, like, you need your bladder to function. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just be like peeing my pants or the other thing in my pants. You know what I mean? I'm laughing about it, but it's just like, I've cried enough about, my problems over the last couple of months. But anyway, so I was told that I wouldn't be able to walk, wouldn't have bladder function, that just like all these like really horrible things. And of course, you're going to be experiencing excruciating pain if you have this tumor in your back. Now, every single time I was sitting down, like pain was shooting up my spine. So it wasn't just like, oh, it's like a dull ache. Like this was like really severe, like 10 out of 10 on the pain scale, I guess you can say. Like I couldn't sleep, I couldn't move, like it was just getting really, really bad. Like pain shooting down my leg, like starting to get numbness. And they said once you start getting numbness, and that's like the cycle of decline, I guess you can say, to where I would be unable to start walking and moving my legs and all that sort of stuff. So I went and started looking up doctors and who I could see to actually help me with this problem. And I was starting not to post videos around this time as well, because I was in so much pain, like I couldn't sit, like I couldn't focus, I wasn't like looking up like drama. I was actually really worried about what was going on. Was it cancer? Like I was just really not in like the mind frame for a while, starting around November, for making videos. Now people might have been thinking like, oh my God, you got scared off of YouTube from like YouTube drama or being canceled or like any of that sort of stuff that was going on YouTube at that time. Maybe not really directly involving me, but there was, drama, as drama channels get themselves into. So I was just like, you know what, like this drama's not important, like my health is more important to worry about, because I was going to all these doctor appointments. I had like 6 MRIs, like just meeting with all these different like spinal surgeons and people who can do this procedure. Now the doctor that I ended up getting wasn't in network with my insurance, of course, so I actually had to pay out of pocket a significant amount of money to have this surgery. And you can imagine having a serious spinal surgery isn't a cheap procedure to have. But this guy specialized in tumors and all this sort of stuff, so I ended up going into the hospital, having the surgery, stayed in the hospital for a little while, and it all went smoothly, thank God. Like they were telling me, like, you know, you could have like temporary like paralysis and all this sort of stuff, but luckily I was okay, and I didn't have any bad side effects or symptoms of like having the surgery or anything, which was like really good. And I'm like so lucky and blessed that it wasn't, you know, any little nerve in that area, you know, you're slicing and cutting in that area, like it's basically a nightmare. There were so many nerves around where the tumor was, and it was just not a good situation, if we can put it like that. And it was actually funny, maybe I'll find a picture to put in here for you guys, but I actually had a, you know, like animals that like come into the hospital and stuff like that to like see the patients. They actually had a standard poodle come in to visit me. It wasn't drama poodle, but it was a standard poodle, which was really nice while I was recovering, so I was happy about that. They even had like a magician come in my room from like the Magic Castle, which I went to the Magic Castle like a month or 2 after this point. You can hear the drama poodle and gossip dog barking out there, and you guys haven't met Gossip Dog, but I'm gonna introduce you guys to him in like a future video. They're just gonna bark and bark and bark. I can't ever just have a moment of peace in this house to be able to film. And there's a plane flying overhead. This just reminds me of all the videos I used to make about John Cucking. I'd always would want to sit down and film a video, and there's always a plane, there's always a dog barking, and I live in like a very quiet neighborhood, so it's like, of course, whenever I want to film, I'm not able to. Drama. Literally all day long, it's just me going drama, shut up, so noisy. Oh yeah, about the Magic Castle. So I always want to go to the Magic Castle, and you have to make reservations months in advance to be able to see the magicians at the Magic Castle. And I had the reservation over the time I was actually in the hospital, and I was really sad because I had to cancel the reservation to go to the Magic Castle. But luckily, you know, the powers that be at Cedars-Sinai Hospital somehow made it happen to have a magician from the Magic Castle come in my room to perform magic for Jeff and I while I was in the hospital recovering from the surgery. So, you know, I actually had like a really good medical team. Luckily, there's like, I think 2 surgeons operating on me. So, I don't know, it was just a big mess at that point. Now, after this happened, I started falling into a really bad depression. Now, I have post-traumatic stress from Scientology, but my baseline, I guess, isn't like crippling depression. Now, when I tell you I have slept right here in this position since end of November, and it's March 25th right now, I have been in this bed for 5 months without moving. I was maybe better from the surgery after 3 weeks, a month, or whatever, but I fell into such a deep depression that I couldn't shake myself out of it no matter what I did. I was having some issues with like some like personal friends and like family members and just like other stuff in my life that I was really realizing like no one was even there for me after my surgery. And it sounds very dramatic, but it was kind of a sign that like none of my friends texted me. I didn't have any like family, like relatives, like besides like my mom or my dad or my sister, but like no one was there for me after my surgery. Like I couldn't get up out of bed to like eat, and like maybe Jeff had to go to work that day or something crucial was happening, and I'd have friends be like, oh, I'm gonna bring you food. Never would come bring me food. Never would send a card. Never would send flowers. I know not everyone could do something like big like that, but it was just like the idea behind it. I'm like, why don't I have people in my life like to hang out with or who care? Because I'm always like so giving to other people. I know I'm rambling about this, guys, but it was just like kind of like what kind of set off the depression. I'm like, wow, like I had this major operation, which luckily I'm okay from, but there's a possible tumor right now in my ribs, which I don't really feel, but it is like looking big. Like I'm afraid like I'd actually have to have a surgery where they break my ribs and I'd have to go and get that surgery. But I'm not really having pain there, so they're gonna kind of revisit that later on this year. But it just kind of put me in this like cycle. Like I just started like feeling bad. And during this period, for some reason, I decided to get new like acting headshots, and I started I got like my new demo reel filmed. I got like a little burst of energy for like a week, And then once I started not getting the auditions that I thought I was going to start getting from it and other stuff, I'm just like, what am I doing with my life, you know? And there were some other like bad things that happened with my channel with other people, like critics of my channel, if you will. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to give these people any attention, but it got to the point where my family was getting involved, and they were like, you know what, for your own safety, you have to figure something else to do, like for good, and like go back to hairdressing, like do something, because it's not safe for you to be on YouTube at this point in time when I was dealing with some different stuff. And I was kind of like, you know what, like maybe I should just like get off of YouTube for a little while, or maybe I should go back into a salon or make videos for Mangotology or stevenmangotv, which is going to be starting this week. And I was really debating like, what do I do, because you know, some of the drama that was going on was really starting to personally affect me as well, and it's very hard to put yourself like on camera when you're already in like a mental health crisis. And I don't want to be like trigger warning, but I was, you know, for anyone who's like struggling with mental health stuff, I promise it has a positive ending to all this, but I was like very suicidal, and I had a plan to kill myself and some different things. And this is over the course of everything. Like, it's not just from the surgery, it's not just from my mental health. It was like a combination of a lot of different problems with a lot of different people in my life, my own life purpose. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I spent 10 years in LA, and it's like I'm not the actor that I wanted to be. I get triggered because I live right near Scientology all the time, and it's just like a multitude of different things were going on in my life over the last couple months, and I'm just like, I just don't know what to do with myself, or if I don't feel like I have any purpose, you know? So I was here in bed sleeping for the last 5 months. Literally, I would sleep all day, wake up at like maybe like 3, take a shower or a bubble bath to try to make myself feel better, and then come right back into bed, sleep, maybe eat, and then go back to bed again for like 20 hours of sleeping a day. And that's how bad like it actually got to, where my family was like, you need to see a therapist, like you need to do something about this crippling depression that you have. Like, it's not normal to be that depressed. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, like I'm as bad as I was then, but my mental health, like I'm not okay still, guys. Like, my mental health is still like very shaky and very rocky, and I have good days and I'm having bad days. I am trying to get into see a therapist or someone who could actually help me, because it's just like one of these cycles that I haven't been able to get myself out of. And I know like if I force myself, like, let's get up, let's make a video, let's do something, maybe I can get back into the swing of things to maybe feel better, to feel a little bit productive. But it was just causing a lot of personal strain in my life when I'm starting to, you know, cycle down, if you will. Now, also during this period, I somehow managed to film an episode of a TV show about Scientology, which is on a pretty cool network and stuff like that. I can't wait for you guys to actually see it. I haven't had any updates. I filmed it a couple months ago during this whole hiatus, if you will, that I've been on. I feel like I might have filmed another show. Maybe I did one show in Germany, which was like a news program about Scientology, and I did like a couple other little things here and there. I've been on a couple, like 2 or 3 maybe acting auditions and stuff like that. But honestly, in the last like maybe like 6 weeks, it's been really, really bad, where my thoughts were scaring me to the point where I was afraid of my own thoughts. And that's how scary my mind was operating, if you will. Somehow, in the midst of all this, a couple weeks ago, I went to Playlist Live in Orlando. It was a last-minute, spur-of-the-moment decision within like 4 days or 5 days. I'm like, I want to go to Playlist Live. I got like some coupon code for like a free ticket, and I booked a flight, and I booked the hotel and everything. I'm like, you know what, let me do it, because maybe it'll inspire me to want to like get going with my channels again and starting to make content, and not letting other people take me down on YouTube, not letting any haters, if you will, or just anyone who's, you know, come for me in the past. Like, I'm not going to let them win. There's so many people who, even to this day, they're probably still tweeting about me, and I haven't talked about people in so long. I've really learned, like, I can't just go off and, like, exposing people or other channels, because I know what it's like. I want to still do commentary. I still want to do YouTube drama, but I can't do it from a place that like hurts other people, you know what I mean? And that was never my intention. You guys know that. Like, I'm someone who's very vocal, someone who's very passionate, but sometimes my mouth in the past has got me into trouble. But I really feel like in the last couple of months I've kind of had like an epiphany, if you will, and I'm starting to feel like, you know what, I have to just stay in my own lane, do my videos, not get involved into personal drama and stuff like that, and just like make really good content. I'm thinking about hiring an editor to work with my channel. That might be sometime this week. I might hire this guy to do editing for my videos, because I need to take some of the workload off myself so I can actually try to film, because my depression is so bad right now, and I don't want it to be like, you know, the excuse, like it's depression, you know. But in a lot of ways it's held me back, my mental health. So I'm like, well, maybe if I hire someone who could help me with my videos, it might make it a little bit easier on me to be able to sit down and film. I'm going to start trying to focus on making videos, not even like on my Scientology channel. Like I do have a lot of videos coming for that, but even just like my regular Steven Mango channel, which has no videos on it currently, I'm going to start posting on there, because I need to get myself in a better place before getting engulfed in too much YouTube drama, because it is hard when you are struggling with your mental health. So I have had, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, guys. I hope this is not too hard to follow, but you know, even in the last like couple weeks, like my family or my parents have been very concerned about me, as has Jeff and, you know, people who know about my situation. And you know, my parents are like, you know what, you have to find like something else, like delete your YouTube channels, like don't get involved with YouTube drama, like kind of steer clear of that. And I'm like, this is my passion. Like I love making videos. Like I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I've always wanted to make videos, making content and having that community with you guys online, and being able to do what I love to do, making videos and entertaining and all that sort of stuff. Like I'm not gonna quit because of drama, or I'm not gonna quit because of a couple people online who don't like me. Like I have to keep going. And when I really was thinking about people like, oh yeah, you know, we scared him off YouTube or something like that, it's like, no, I am still here, I'm alive. But I really just took a nosedive, if you will, and I went into like a really, really dark place. And I just get really like triggered, like thinking about some of the different things that I've gone through in the last couple of months. But you know, it hasn't been easy. I've been basically going at it on my own. You know, of course I have Jeff, but you know, I can't put all my problems onto him. Like I need to see a therapist. And it's been hard because, you know, I've been looking up, trying to find therapists who accept the insurance and leaving messages for people. And it's very overwhelming when you're like so sad and just like caved in to be like, oh, let me go online, I'm gonna Google this person, I'm gonna look up on the insurance website and all that sort of stuff. Like it's too much for me to even do. Like I start and it's like I go in bed. I filmed a video maybe a couple weeks ago and I couldn't even edit it. Like I just was like so overwhelmed with my mental health stuff that was going on, the anxiety and the panic attacks, that I didn't edit the video. And for me to get mental health help is challenging with my past in Scientology, because they're so against mental health, doing anything with like psychology, psychiatry. And I have no issue talking to a therapist. I think that's awesome. I can't get myself to see a psychiatrist still to this day. Like I will not see a psychiatrist just because I'm still brainwashed, and I need a therapist to help work with me on those type of problems. But you know, I really just want to be honest with you guys and be upfront, because I know on this channel all the times it's mostly me being like, oh hey bitch, and being sassy and all that sort of stuff. And I don't think you guys have really honestly seen like the true side. I mean, unless you watch maybe my Scientology channel, but I don't think a lot of you guys really know, like, well, not that you don't know anything about me, but I feel like a lot of YouTubers and especially drama channels, like they don't even show their face, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you want to be behind a computer screen on your keyboard and whatever, like do you. But everyone wants to portray a certain image on social media, that they're happy and they're perfect and everything's great, and on their videos, and you know, flashing a smile. And sometimes I want to be like, you know, what are you like behind the camera? Like what's like actually going on in your life? Like I don't know. I just feel like I needed to let you guys in. I could have just came back and made a video tomorrow and been like, oh hey sassy girl, what are you up to? Like sassy girl, what? You know what I mean? Like whatever that I normally would do. And that's fine. I thought about that. But I really wanted to be open. Like I really wanted you guys to see we all have problems. If you're struggling with your mental health, get help. You know what I mean? This is an advertisement for BetterHelp. No, it's not. That's what it sounded like right there, though, for a second. I'm like, I don't know. People are going to think I'm starting to pitch something. But no, like it is important to go get help for your mental health. And it's just as important as your physical health. But what I've noticed is if I have a broken finger, I can go to the hospital down the street. Boom, it's handled in a minute. If I have an issue with my mental health, it could take weeks to find a therapist and authorization. They don't take insurance, like all this sort of stuff. That I don't know why it's so difficult and why like we're so behind times in a lot of ways with mental health stuff, but you know, I'm honestly taking it day by day. I'm not looking 6 months into the future. I'm not looking a month. I'm looking at right now and like what I can do each and every single day to make myself happy and to handle my different problems that I've been experiencing. And you know, honestly, like the dogs have like saved my life. Like thinking about, you know, my dogs, and like that's what's gotten me out of bed. Like I have to feed the dogs and like stuff like that, and it sounds so silly, but you know, that's the only thing that's kind of kept me going the last couple months, were like the dogs. And I've kind of hid myself from social media and that sort of stuff because I didn't know like what my next move was going to be. I was like maybe gonna focus on acting again. I'm like, I don't know, like I really love what I do on YouTube. I love creating my own content and I love doing that, and I want to kind of make a shift. And I don't want to come on YouTube, or I didn't at the time then, to be laughed at or called out or dealing with the negative Nancys, if you will, or people who purposely try to stir up trouble even if there's no trouble to be there. Like I can't handle that right now with my mental health. And yeah, I probably could have made another post about it somewhere for you guys and explained it in writing, but I'm like, I have to come on camera when I feel okay enough to explain what's been happening. My life has just kind of changed a lot in like the last year, maybe 2 years. My life has changed a lot. Like people that were in my life are no longer in my life, and things that made me happy then don't make me happy now, or vice versa. And I don't know, I set goals for myself, and you know, like my goals, like say like get 100,000 subscribers on Mango Tea, and then you know, I didn't reach that you know, last year, so that was also kind of depressing for me. And I know it was my own fault, but you know, basically I was just self-destructing and over the last couple of months, and just like not really taking care of myself. I don't know, I just hope that, you know, I can, you know, come back and start posting videos. And if I post every day, I post every day. If I post once a week, I post once a week. But at least you guys know now like what's been kind of happening in my life and like with me and that sort of stuff. And I don't know, I was getting like hundreds of messages over the last couple of months about it, and some people I did write back, some people I didn't write back, and it was just very hard. And you know, I miss a lot of you guys who used to like write to me like after every single video I posted. There would be people like writing like, oh, I just watched your video and stuff like that. And I just miss like a lot of you guys that I used to talk to regularly. And you know, the community, even if it's small, but I kind of created online and stuff like that, has been, you know, amazing when I've been active online and stuff like that. But as we all know, social media is also very toxic, and there's, I don't know how much I want to go into, but you know, it's just kind of hard to sometimes be on social media. So I know that I just have to get stronger as a person, thicker skin, and I don't care about comments. People are like, shut down your comments. I'm like, I'm not going to shut down my comments. I don't want to censor people. And I also don't want to make it seem like everything's like everyone else has followed people online. Like I know like what I've done in the past, like with videos or on social media and stuff like that, and I've learned from it. And I think that this year for me and my mental health, I need to do videos that make people laugh, make me smile, make you guys smile, and not, you know, coming too strong on, you know, for anyone for that matter. Just give my commentary and not have it be so much just drama. I don't know, guys. It's been a rough 5 months for me, maybe almost even 6 months, dealing with all this sort of stuff. I know I ramble. This video is a lot longer than I anticipated, but if you watched this far, thank you for watching this far. I have a lot of cool things that I am going to be working on. Like I said, I'm going to be posting more videos on Mangotology, stevenmangotv. I'm doing a podcast called Mango Juice that is going to be like pop culture and celebrity, kind of like Entertainment Tonight on a podcast, if you will. So I'm going to be doing my podcast once a week. I'm writing my book still about Scientology, which has been the last couple years. It's sometimes too hard to sit down and just like focus to like write it and drudge up a lot of stuff that I've been through, but I do want to write that book because I feel like it'd be a good way to put like my Scientology life behind me. It would be like a good final chapter, if you will, to kind of write down everything, get it out of my system, and kind of move on from the Scientology stuff. I'll still probably post videos on my Scientology channel, but I don't know, guys. That's basically just what's been on my mind. I miss you guys. Leave a comment down below because I really miss the nice people. No. If you're nice, leave me a comment. If you're not nice, don't. No, do leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear from you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If this is the first video you saw of mine, yeah, it's probably not a good video to start with, but thank you for tuning in. Turn on your bell notifications. What am I forgetting? It's been a while since I've done this, so I forget all my usual routines. But my social medias are linked down below too. You guys can send me a private message if you guys want. And yeah, if I'm back this week, I'm back this week. If not, you guys know I am trying to get help from my mental health. But I'm hoping I can start posting more regularly again. I miss you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.